Welcome to day 26. So we're working with the intention of going 6A2-3 or -3. You may already be a 6A something, but we're focusing on that -3. -3 means there's bonuses coming in on a consistent basis that we could actually retire with a good salary. So, what comes up when you think about that? The aversions of going 6A2-3. Why are you pushing 6A2-3 away from you? Why don't you have it yet? So one of the things that you can, let your mind just go, and one of the things that might come up is like, well, people will think that I'm in it just for the money. Thinking I'm just trying to sell them something. I'm in it just for the money. So welcome up any feelings. Be mindful of the core of your body. Welcome up any of the feelings. Welcome them up and allow them to be there. Could you let those feelings go? And what's under those feelings? Is that wanting approval, wanting control, or wanting safety? Let's go with wanting approval. So we're going to put the steps in place to get into our courageousness. So, repeat after me. I must want freedom more than I want approval, control, and safety. I decide to let go, to be free. Yes. So could you let go of wanting approval so you could have approval? Yes. And could you let go of wanting approval so you can have approval? Yes. Now which feels better? Having approval or wanting approval? Having approval feels better. Remember, you can't have and want at the same time. When you have something, you don't want it. And when you want something, well, clearly you don't have it. So it's just a decision. So could you let go of wanting approval so you can have approval? Yes. Now, does it feel like you have approval or do you still want it? Well, let's see if you're not feeling like you actually have approval, let's go around again. So, could you let go of wanting approval so you can have approval? Yes. And could you let go of wanting approval so you can have approval? Yes. And if there's any feelings coming up in the core of your body, just welcome them up. Say yes to those feelings. Yes. Welcome them up. Open up that door or window and just decide to let them go right now. Now, could you let go of wanting approval so you can have approval? Yes. Do you have approval or do you still want approval? I have approval. Now, could you have even more approval? Yes. And could you have even more approval? Yes. And could you have even more approval? Yes. And even more? Yes. And could you just focus on having approval? Yes. And even more? 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 Yes. What are you experiencing? Some quieter, some peaceful, calm feelings, relaxed? Could you expand that feeling of approval? Yes. Could you expand that feeling of approval even more? Yes. And even more. Yes. And even more. Yes. And even more. Yes. What are you experiencing now? Could you have even more love and approval? Yes. And 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 what are you experiencing? A little lighter, calmer, more relaxed, quiet, in a neutral space, feeling like you have approval, not really caring about what other people feel towards you, starting to become bulletproof. Maybe being able to focus on becoming that 6A2-3. Full speed ahead. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Aloha.